In a quiet little town where the sun always seemed to paint the streets in gold, lived a girl named Talia. More than anything, Talia loved adventures and the big, wonderful dreams they inspired. One warm summer afternoon, while sitting under the shade of a magnificent old oak tree with her best friends, Maya and Leo, a brilliant idea sparked in her mind. "Hey!" she exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement. "Let's make a time capsule. We can fill it with our favorite things and bury it. Then, in 5 years, we'll dig it up and see how much we've changed." Maya and Leo's faces lit up. It was the perfect plan for a perfect summer day. And so, the great brainstorming session began. What treasures would they choose to represent their friendship? They spread out their most cherished possessions under the tree. "We have to include this photo from the school fair," Maya said, holding up a picture of them all with sticky cotton candy smiles. "And I'll write a letter to my future self," Talia declared, grabbing a pen and paper. Leo, who was a bit quieter, carefully selected his favorite small wooden car, the one he'd won at the town carnival. They decided on a collection of items that told the story of who they were right then and there. Photos that captured their laughter, heartfelt letters full of secrets and hopes, a favorite toy that had seen countless adventures and colorful drawings of their imaginary worlds. Each item was a tiny piece of their shared story. With their collection complete, it was time to pack the capsule. They found a sturdy old metal box in Talia's garage, perfect for protecting their treasures. One by one, they gently placed their items inside. Talia carefully folded her letter, a hopeful smile on her face. Maya paused for a moment, tracing the faces in the photograph before sliding it in. Leo gave his little wooden car one last imaginary vroom, before setting it gently next to the letters. Laughter filled the air as they reminisced about each memory the items brought to mind. They sealed the box, not just with a lid, but with all the joy and friendship of that summer afternoon. Now, for the most important part, choosing the perfect spot. Their eyes all landed on the same place at once, the big ancient oak tree in Talia's backyard. It had witnessed their games, their secrets, and their dreams for as long as they could remember. It was the perfect guardian for their capsule. Together they dug a small hole at its base, to make sure they'd never forget where it was. They found a smooth, flat stone and painted it with a bright blue star. With a soft clink, they placed the marker over the spot, their special secret now safely hidden beneath the earth. And just like that, time began to flow. The seasons changed, turning the leaves of the old oak from green to gold and back again. The friends grew too. There were new school years, scraped knees from learning to ride bikes a little too fast, and countless other adventures, big and small. Through all the challenges and triumphs, their friendship remained the anchor that held them steady. The years on the calendar flipped by, one after another, until 5 had passed. On a bright sunny morning, the 3 friends, now a little older and a little taller, returned to the big oak tree. The painted stone was still there, a little faded but a welcome sight. With a shared knowing glance, they began to dig. Soon they heard the satisfying thud of the shovel hitting the metal box. Excitement bubbled up as they lifted it from the ground, brushing away the years of dirt. Taking a deep breath, they opened the lid together. Memories spilled out, tangible and real. The folded letters, the vibrant drawings, and there, nestled in the corner, was Leo's little wooden car, just as he'd left it. They gasped, smiles spreading across their faces as the nostalgia washed over them. They sat together under the familiar shade of the oak and began to read the letters they had written to their future selves. Laughter mixed with a few happy tears as they remembered the kids they used to be, their funny worries, their wild ambitions. Talia's letter asked if she'd finally visited the moon. Maya's was full of doodles and questions about their friendship. Leo simply said, "I hope we're still best friends." Looking at each other, they realized how much they had grown, not just apart, but together. In that moment, they understood. The real treasure wasn't the box or the things inside it. The true treasure was the unbreakable bond they had built, the memories they had created, and the beautiful promise to keep making more. With renewed inspiration, they found a new stone and painted a fresh, bright star on it, placing it right beside the old one. It was a silent agreement to do this all over again, a tradition born from a perfect summer's day. Thank you so much for joining us on this little journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales. We'll see you in the next one.